This is Shotgun Mario 64. It's a ROM hack of Super Mario 64, and it does quite literally what the name implies. It just gives Mario a shotgun. And this one small change completely changes the way the game plays. It's not just a weapon for blasting our way through levels, the shotgun gives Mario so much more movement options. You can shoot from the air and get some extra height and distance, which opens up platforming opportunities that you can never do as a plumber without a shotgun. And not even the levels themselves are safe, you can destroy parts of the environment too. Open up the cannons without talking to the pink bombs, open doors you don't have enough stars for, and play the levels in any order that you want. You can mow down enemies while riding a Koopa shell, blast your way through boss fights. You can even finally destroy that scary piano in Big Boo's balcony that traumatized us all as kids. And there's even achievement support via Retro Achievements, which if you don't know is this website that adds achievements just like you'd find on modern games to all your favorite retro games. And not just the retail games, but they also have plenty of achievement sets for ROM hacks like this as well. And this one has 64 achievements for us to get, and we'll be getting every single one of them in today's video. That means we're not only going to have to 100% complete the game by finding all 120 power stars, but we'll have several achievements for discovering unique interactions, as well as several side challenges along the way to really spice things up and putting our gunslinging skills to the test. If you're new to the channel, my name's Nostalgic Juice. I'm on a quest to replay all the classic games I grew up with and get their retro achievements. So if you like achievement hunting, challenges, and ROM hack videos like this, then make sure you subscribe because I upload a video just like this every single week. With that said, let's lock and load and begin our journey through Shotgun Mario 64. We kick things off with a very quick tutorial to show us how everything works. The left trigger fires the gun and we can either shoot in front of us or we can go into first person mode and aim in all directions. And if we're in the air, shooting will cause us to get some extra height, which opens up a whole new world of platforming. We also have two camera options, one of which is the Mario Cam, which gets you more up close to the action. It's a bit weird to use, but we do get our first achievement for completing the tutorial while using it. And we have another achievement if we simply skip the tutorial by inputting a secret code. Then we have one more achievement we can get outside the castle for destroying the gate blocking the cannon outside. And we don't even have to get a single star to do it. With 3 achievements down, we snipe Lakitu to skip his dialogue and head inside the castle to start the game. We're of course going to kick things off with the first world, Bob-omb Battlefield. And it is so satisfying to just run through the level blasting everything in our way, including the King Bob-omb, who we send flying off the mountain. He's never gonna get to touch the ground. In order to actually defeat him though, he has to land on top of the mountain like normal, so we just let him get a little closer before blasting him 3 more times to defeat him. Which gets us an achievement, and then we get one more for shooting the star to split it in half before collecting it. Next we have a race against Koopa the Quick, and we have another achievement for shooting him 5 times during our race. Hey, where's he going? Where is he? Oh, he's stuck! No, hang on, we gotta make it a fair race. We gotta give him a fighting chance. There you go, buddy. Oh my god, he's actually fast. All right, hang on, wait, hold on. No, never mind. Never mind, get back down there. No fair chance for you. I didn't realize you were that fast. Hey, you cheater! Ah, why is he cheating? Why is everyone cheating except for me? I'm the only guy playing fair. Big brain move, watch this. Off the tree, shotgun, boom. Do one of these, boom, and we're up there. It's just that easy. Oh, there goes the flagpole. We send the Chain Chomp flying into the sky for another achievement, and you might be wondering, well, how do we get the star behind his cage now? And the answer to that, and every other question you could ever have with this game, is to just shoot it with the shotgun. Honestly, the shotgun makes the game seem so easy, but the fun is just trying things out and doing things that you normally wouldn't do. But if you're looking for a challenge, that's where the retro achievements come in. So far, all the achievements we've collected have been easy, but some of them are a little harder. Like this next one for getting the 100 coin star without pressing the A button. So if we can't jump, we have to find other ways to get the coins that are out of reach, and we have a few options. We can do a slide kick, and in the brief moment that Mario is airborne, we can use the shotgun to launch us upward. And that's basically going to be our workaround for most cases. If we have to cross a longer distance, we can get a running start and do a dive, and that lets us do a shotgun jump as well, which is how we got to the floating island to get the last coin for the achievement. And then we pick up our last star of the level since we also got the 8 red coins while collecting the 100 coin star, and that wraps up Bob-omb Battlefield. And there are several of these no A button type challenges throughout the game. We have another one for Princess Peach's slide. We can break the box without jumping into it simply by shooting it, but to get to the star we'll have to utilize that sliding kick shotgun jump technique again. Since we can destroy doors, we can play the levels in any order that we want, so I was just going in the order that I felt like playing them. So Cool Mountain is next. And that means it's time to bully some penguins. No, I'm just kidding, I would never do that. See, I brought him back to his mom, just like we're supposed to. Wait, what? Oh, it kills you! Oh, that's so funny. We just need the baby penguin for one more achievement. We have to carry it all the way down to collect the wall kicks will work star. So with a crying baby penguin in one hand and a shotgun in the other, we jump off the edge, then use the shotgun to get back to the area underneath us. Then we carry the little guy up to this ramp, and we have to get a very precise jump right at the edge of the ramp so we can get to the higher platform. And once we're up there, we just walk forward to grab the star, and that's 2 more achievements since that was also our last star for this world. And I hope you guys don't mind that I'm not showing off every single star in the video. Some of them aren't too different from a normal playthrough, so I just want to show off the funny ones. And of course the ones that get us achievements. But if you do want to see the entire playthrough, I did this entire run live on Twitch, and you can find the VODs up on my VOD channel a few days after this video goes live. And I'll have a link to that in the description for anybody interested. Womp's Fortress is next, and we're starting things off with an achievement for destroying the Toothed Womps on the way up to the boss. I was surprised they drop coins when they're defeated. I'm not too sure if that's something the ROM hack adds, or if they're actually programmed to drop coins despite not being able to defeat them in the regular game. Our next achievement is for defeating the big womp without pressing A, B, or Z, which sounds difficult until you realize none of those buttons matter. All we need is the left trigger, and we blast this guy to shreds with no issues. The harder achievement in this level is for grabbing the cage star by jumping to it from the top of this wooden plank. So say goodbye to the owl because we won't be needing him. First we have to get on top of the plank, so just a few shotgun jumps to do that. And then we have to do a long jump off the top of it, and one more shotgun blast to extend the jump, and that's another achievement for us. For our next challenge, we have to enter the level using the FPS camera and grab the blasting away at the wall star in under 20 seconds. The FPS camera puts a reticle on the screen at all times and lets us control the game as if it was a third-person shooter, using the left thumbstick to control Mario and the right thumbstick to control the camera. Of course, that's assuming you're playing on a standard controller. If you're a purist using the Nintendo 64 controller, then I don't know, use the D-pad or something. This achievement isn't that difficult. 20 seconds is a pretty fair amount of time, and there's probably several methods you can use to do this one, but I just went for the simplest route and that worked fine for me. We can skip the cannon and simply shoot the wall, and once we grab the star, we got another 2 achievements because that was our last star of the level. Next up is Jolly Roger Bay, and then finally, after all these years, we can take out this eel. Then once we're inside the ship, we can blast the box containing the star instead of draining the water like we normally would, and grabbing it gets us an achievement for doing it this way. This level only has one other achievement, and it is the most annoying achievement in the game. We have to get the red coins without pressing the A button, which means we can't swim. And there's no cool shotgun propulsion trick or anything that we can use to make this more fun. The only way to move in the water is to use the B button to punch and inch forward very slowly. There is a Koopa shell you can grab from one of the clams, but for some reason that lasts for like 10 seconds underwater, so it's kind of useless. And this stupid clam all the way at the bottom is the most annoying one because it's near the water jets. So you're constantly getting pushed away, which makes grabbing the coin difficult without taking damage. I ended up deciding just to come back to get this one once we got the metal cap, and that way we can grab the red coin easier. Then once we got all the annoying underwater red coins, this achievement finally got fun again as we figured out how to get the rest of them. For this coin, we have to get some momentum going so we can do a dive to grab the pole to get the coin to the top. Then for the other ones, we again have to get enough speed for a dive, but this time we'll have to do a rollout, which is where we hit the B button after a dive to flip out of it. And that gives us enough height for a shotgun blast to make it to the next platform. I somehow clipped through the pirate ship, so we slowly had to inch our way back, so shout out to the fast forward button for saving my sanity. And then to get the last coins, we just have to do a dive and a shotgun blast right as the ship rocks backwards so the platform is lower. And once we grab the star, we finally got this annoying achievement. All that's left now is to pick up the rest of the stars, and then we get another achievement for finishing another level. And then we headed downstairs for the next one. But first we can get another star from Mips the rabbit, and I wanted to see what happens if we shoot him. He's just bouncing off the walls. Does he not have a star for us? Can you stop bouncing for 5 seconds? I don't even know where he is. I still hear him bouncing. He's like the little DVD icon when you're trying to like watch it go in the corner. Can I actually catch him? Let's see. Got him! Oh, I got him! Let's go! I'm such a gamer! Give me my star. I've earned that star, baby. Let's go. In Hazy Maze Cave, we have just one achievement, and it's another no A button challenge, and this time we have to collect the 100 coin star. And this one really does test our ability to pull off those shotgun jumps in tight spaces. This staircase in particular was very finicky to make it up, but we gotten pretty good at this by now, so nothing my pro gaming skills can't handle. Normally, you'd want to get the 100 coin star at the same time as you go for a red coin star, because unlike the other stars, once you grab the coin star, it doesn't kick you out of the level, and since red coins are worth 2 coins each, it makes sense to get them while going for the 100 coins as well. But we'll have to leave behind the other red coins as Mario isn't able to grab this pole without jumping. I was eventually able to dive to the pole from another angle, but we can't jump off of it without hitting the A button, so the second floor of this room is just off limits. Fortunately, there is enough coins in the rest of the level, but I was a bit careless in the gas room and I ended up in this predicament where I only had 1 health left and was stuck on a small ledge. But I was able to make it to a nearby ledge to escape, and then after that, I almost got taken out by an enemy waiting for me in the next room, but was able to quickly blast them away. And then for the last few coins, I was able to get on top of the platform in the room with Nessie, and I even managed to do it without shooting her in the head. Which, funny enough, you can't actually shoot her, it just does this when you try to. I'm not sure what that flag is though, and nobody in the Twitch chat knew either, so if you know what it is, feel free to let me know. And that was our only achievement for this level, but I did pull off some sick jumps to get the rest of the red coins. And I wanted to show that off because I spent way too much time doing it this way just for fun. And then once we grabbed the last star, we got our achievement for finishing up the level. Next, we're heading into my favorite level, Lethal Lava Land, but I was a bit sad because the whole reason why I like this level is the Koopa shell you get to surf on. But for some reason, it just wasn't showing up in this ROM hack, which was weird because it does show up in the other levels just fine. But we're still able to have some fun with the shotgun. I especially love blasting the bullies off the map. And we can even destroy the sliding puzzle where the red coins are. I was also able to get the rolling log star just by long jumping with the shotgun and basically skipping the entire process. Our achievement for this level is inside the volcano. Basically what we have to do is long jump from this platform and grab this star without touching the ground. And I got close a few times, but I wasn't able to get it simply by jumping. I thought about jumping to these poles, but didn't think there was a way I could make the jump since they're really far away, but no, it turns out you can make it to the pole. And so from there, we can just do another jump to make it to the star, and that gets us the achievement. And then the last star that I got was for the 100 coins, which sadly, like I said earlier, we don't get to surf around on the Koopa shell, but we're still able to grab all the coins that we would need it for. And once we grab the last one, we got the star, and that's our last achievement for this level. Moving on to Big Boo's haunt to do some ghost hunting, we can easily defeat the Boos by using the FPS camera to hit him with a sick around the back shot. Or if we're far enough away from them, we can just snipe them. And we have a few achievements to pick up in this level. And up first, we have to blast the piano that traumatized me when I was younger. Seriously, was anybody else afraid of this thing? Then we can break the merry-go-round by shooting it while hunting the second Big Boo. And I also learned that you can shoot the gun while you're panic running after getting hit by fire, which just looks really silly. And then we have one for getting the Big Boo's balcony star without using any doors or entering the mansion. My first thought was to triple jump off this shack, and I don't know why that was so hard for me to do. There's plenty of space, but I just kept messing it up. Not that it matters, because when I eventually got it, I realized it wasn't even close to being enough. If we head to the side of the mansion, we can do wall jumps along the side of the mansion and the outer wall. And the shotgun gives us just enough height that we can slowly climb up this way. And once we make it all the way to the top, we have to struggle a little bit, jumping and shotgunning to inch our way up, but eventually we do make it to the roof. Then all we have to do is destroy the Big Boo without falling off the balcony, and then we have just one more jump to get back on the roof to collect the star. And once we do that, that gets us our achievement. To get to the last star, we had to go back and get the vanish cap first, and once we got it, I was able to get into the secret room and get the star to wrap up the level. But we had another achievement while getting the vanish cap, and this was the hardest achievement in the entire run. It's another no A button challenge, and this time we have to collect all the red coins in the vanish cap level. The first few coins are easy enough, we just grab them as we slide down the first big ramp, and then we can simply walk off the platform to shotgun our way to the next one. The issue is when we get to these rotating elevators, it's just really hard to time the dive kick jump and actually land on them. And since the platforms rotate when they get to the top, you have to move quick and efficiently. You can't just sit there and size up the jumps. And there's coins to collect on the seesaw between the elevators, and we can't shotgun the seesaw, otherwise it'll drop us. We're able to get the next coin if we just run off the first elevator at the last second, and then the next coin we can do the dive kick jump as long as we land on the next elevator. And that's when we realize we can actually break the elevator by shooting it, which can either make things easier or more difficult depending on where the elevators were when they broke. This was definitely the hardest achievement in the whole set. It took us the longest time to get this one. But I really enjoyed the challenge, and it felt so good to finally get the successful run, and we also picked up 2 more achievements along the way. Since not only was this our last cap that we found, but we got all of the stars in all 3 of the cap levels as well. Alright, that's okay, because this is going to lift me, but I have like 1 shot now to get over here. Oh no, I don't. I can just... Okay, we don't have 1 shot. We can just keep catching this. You know, actually, it's not a bad idea to have one on the bottom like that we can do that on. I'm gonna break that. Oh, you know, that was a bad idea, because now we're gonna get squished by the top one. Unless... Ooh, there we go. And then like this. Oh my god, 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 oh my god. Okay, that's fine, do it again. Alright, just get squished, it's fine. You'll take damage, but you're not gonna die. Oh my god, alright. There's the switch. Alright, I think we're good. Just do not choke this. I'm gonna wait for this to run out, and I'm gonna become solid again to make sure there's no chance that I fuck this up. We're gonna play this super cautious. There it is. All right, we got him. Woo! Oh, man. And I just realized at this point, we've gone this entire game without a single Bowser fight, since we're just playing the levels in whatever order we want. So now is as good a time as any to take on the first Bowser fight, and we have 2 achievements here. One just for beating him, and then another one for doing it damageless, which might sound hard, but I mean, come on, you already know how this is gonna go. I mean, how hard is it not to take damage? There you go. Yeah, that's easy. It took 2 seconds. And there it is, damageless. And of course, before the second Bowser fight, we have to take a trip to Dire Dire Docks, my least favorite level in the entire game. And I guess it's the least favorite of the achievement developer too, because there are no achievements in this level outside the one for simply collecting all the stars. And honestly, they're kind of epic for that, because man, I do not like this level. It's just so much swimming. And it's not like the swimming is all that fun in this game. The shotgun shenanigans do make the red coin star pretty fun because we can skip all those poles and just platform our way through it all. But aside from that, all the other stars are just swimming. And there's no special shotgun mechanics underwater, so this level plays pretty similar to a vanilla playthrough, so there's not much to comment on. So we just grab all the stars for the achievement and move on to Bowser in the Fire Sea. This time we have an achievement for the level itself instead of the boss fight, and we have to jump from this platform where we got the red coin star and make it all the way to the start of the 3rd floor in a single jump. Which sounds a lot harder than it is, but it's even easier than the Bowser fight, which again, we just blast him once and that's all it takes to defeat him. Though I was curious if the key would break if we shot at it, and it doesn't break, but we can push it off the map until it disappears. And I was curious if we could grab it as it falls off the map, so I gave that a try because I think the boss level deserves a little bit of a challenge. Oh, I got, yo, I did it! Hey, it doesn't do anything, stupid, but I did it. I grabbed it off the map. I can't believe I got that on my first try, let's go. Next up is Shifting Sandland, and it's so fun to fly around with the wing cap and shoot things in the air like Mario's a fighter jet. Ooh, I sniped his ass. Dude, I sniped it from so far. Also, those big metal boxes that crush you can also be destroyed as well, which is pretty cool. And we have an easy achievement for breaking the top of the pyramid with a shotgun instead of standing on the 4 pillars like you normally would. Climbing our way through the inside of the pyramid is also a breeze since we can just blast all the grindles and spindles in our way with the shotgun. And just look at the range on this thing. All it needs now is a sniper scope. And we have an achievement for defeating the boss in just 2 shots and without pressing the A or B button. Which again, sounds a lot harder than it actually is, but we don't need the A or B button. All it takes is 2 shots and then he's defeated. And then we grab the last star to wrap up the level. Next we head upstairs for more levels, and we can pick up a quick achievement for breaking the mirrors in this room for 500 years of bad luck. And then we head into Snowman's Land where I blasted this penguin only to realize we needed him to get past the big snowman. And no, we cannot destroy the big snowman, so we had to find another way to the top. Thankfully, this level has a Koopa shell, and it was so fun and satisfying riding around and doing some drive-by shootings as we shred through the level. Oh, you ruined it! Ah, you stupid money bag invisible guy, I forget your name. Ruined my thing, I was having fun. Once again, we only have one challenge achievement for this level, requiring us to jump all the way from the top of the snowman's head and landing inside this tiny hole to grab the star. And I had to do this twice because grabbing the ledge doesn't count. You have to get a clean shot right into the hole, which took a few tries, but it was very satisfying to finally get it. And then our last star was again for the 100 coins, and that wraps up Snowman's Land. So we head to the next level, and this time I decided to do Tick-Tock Clock. I think we broke it. Tick-Tock Clock is one of the more interesting levels in the game. It's very vertical, so there's tons of platforming, and it has this unique mechanic where the speed of all the moving parts is determined by where the big hand is pointing on the clock when you jump in. And for this level's achievement, we have to enter it on the random setting, which means the speed of everything is randomized and changes frequently. Not that it really matters, because as you probably guessed, we can just shoot everything and break it all down. But this is a no A button achievement, so it does take some maneuvering to climb all the way up, especially on the broken platform, since Mario acts a little weird on these. Like somehow he can just walk up this super steep slope, but then he slides on this platform that's just barely uneven. But we make our way up the clock tower and grab the star for our achievement. And that's our only achievement for this level besides the one for getting all the stars, which is a shame because this level is one of the funnest ones to do with a shotgun. Can I stop those as a backup? Nope. I mean, they do stop. I should have specified I want the platform to still be there. I'm being stupid. I'm being so stupid. I'm so good at Mario. I'm the best Mario player in the world. I destroyed something down there. I just I heard like a box open. Okay. This is so much harder than it needs to be. Got him, let's go. I'm such a gamer. Got him. I'm such a gamer. We head to Wet Dry World next, and this is another unique level where the position of where you enter the level matters. If you jump in at the very top of the painting, the water level will be all the way to the top. But if you jump in lower on the painting, then the water level gets lowered as well. But this doesn't really make a difference with Shotgun Mario because we can just blow up the boxes if they're underwater, and we can platform our way to the top of the level with ease even if the water level is all the way down. I did get a little bit confused because one of the stars you have to spawn by doing specific actions like destroying these floating blocks or pushing these other blocks, and I thought I was just forgetting where they all are, but it turns out it's not enough to simply push or destroy the blocks with a shotgun. You do have to actually stand in those spots to trigger them. So if you're planning to get these achievements too, just keep that in mind. Our achievement for this level isn't nearly as complicated. We just have to collect all the red coins without lowering the water level. Normally you would have to do that to destroy these boxes, but thanks to the shotgun, we can just blast them away, and it actually makes collecting them easier, I think. So we grab that achievement, and then we have just one more for getting the last star, and that wraps up the level. Next up is Tall Tall Mountain, which has a very fun achievement where we have to scale the mountain vertically starting from this wooden log in under 18 seconds. And the key word there is vertically. You can see at the bottom right, there's an icon of the achievement, and that's to let you know that it's still active. You'll notice if we long jump past this line, it disappears, which means the achievement is no longer valid. So they do want you to go upwards instead of around the mountain. So what we do is cartwheel jump, shotgun, wall kick, and then shotgun our way up to the first section. Then we do that again to get to the next wall. And then one more time on the wall next to the waterfall, and then we just do one more jump to reach the top. The path itself is simple, but it can be a little tricky to execute all those jumps, but it wasn't too bad, and we got it in a few tries. The other achievement for this level is a little weird. First, we have to grab the monkey on top of the mountain, which should honestly be an achievement itself because this guy's slippery. Normally, you would free him so he opens the cage containing a star, but for this achievement, we have to break that cage and grab the star while holding on to him. So just keep him and carry him to the front of the cage, do a very careful shotgun jump to land on top of it, and then jump and shoot one more time to break the cage, making sure to hold forward so you land on the star platform below and not in the water. And then once you grab the star, that gets the achievement. The good thing is if you fail, you should have already gotten some practice scaling the mountain faster to try again, so now that earlier achievement starts to make more sense. And those were the only 2 achievements, so all that's left now is to grab the rest of the stars, and that's another level down. Next we're in Tiny Huge Island hunting down giant Goombas like it's Jurassic Park. Our first achievement is another no A button challenge where you have to scale the mountain and get the star at the very top without using the A button or without entering the tiny island. And we unfortunately have another swimming section to start that off, so once again shout out to the fast forward button for that one. We can dive shot our way past the next area, then to get up on this ledge we have to do another dive rollout with a shotgun blast. The big cannonballs do make this a lot harder, of course we can just shoot them away, but it's a small window between them to actually do the jumps needed to get on top. And then the last series of jumps is really tricky. We have to do another rollout shotgun jump right at the corner of the first ledge, and then another one in that very tiny area to get to the second ledge. And if you miss and start sliding, you can't cancel the slide without the A button. No, 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 God. This one might be a contender for the hardest no A button challenge, but at least when you miss a jump, it's just a short walk to try again rather than redoing the whole level. So it just takes a little bit of practice and patience. And thankfully that's our last jump, so once we're finally up there, it's just a short walk to the star, and once we grab it, we finally get our achievement. And our next one's gonna be a lot easier than that. We just have to defeat Wiggler without leaving the center platform. He tries to hide beneath us, but once he pokes his head out, we hit him with a headshot and take him out for the achievement. All that's left now is to grab the rest of the stars to finish up the level, but I would personally like to propose one more achievement be added to this set, because I wanted to see if it was possible to ride the Koopa shell all the way up the mountain. And this was the most fun thing I've done in this entire run, and it actually wasn't as hard as it seemed. But it was still a really nice challenge, so I don't know if this achievement set is ever going to get a revision because it's already really good. But if the developer is watching this and is thinking of adding some more, I highly recommend this one. Honestly, I wish this game had more Koopa shells. This is one of my favorite things to do in this game. Rainbow rides our next level, and usually I hate this one because riding the carpets is so slow and boring, but the shotgun makes this level incredibly fun. There's lots of creative ways to navigate a level with the shotgun, and you don't even have to use the carpets if you don't want to. In fact, that's our first achievement. We have to grab the star on top of the big house without ever touching a carpet. Getting up to the big house isn't too difficult if you follow the route that I took. The only kind of tricky jump is the last long jump to get to the wooden bridge. But once you make your way around the side of the house and get to the window, what you have to do is do a backflip, fire the shotgun, then wall kick off the wall in front of you. This one could be a little difficult because you have to time everything just right to be able to actually do a wall jump. So if you're struggling on this, you can practice on the wall in the lobby near the level. You want to do a full backflip without touching the thumbstick, then shotgun at the height of the backflip, and then hold forward so you can wall jump. It's not the most difficult thing to do, but if you're pressing the buttons too fast or if you're holding forward too early, you'll just hit the wall and not be able to jump off of it. But after a little practice, we were able to get this one. Boom, baby. Got it. Easy. I wasn't even worried for a second there. Our next achievement is another tricky jump. We just have to jump from here and grab the star that's all the way down here. The jump itself isn't complicated, it's just a long jump and then a shotgun blast, but it did take a few tries to get it just right. But after a few tries, we got the perfect jump and got the achievement. And then all we have to do is grab the rest of the stars to clear the level. And this one ended up being one of my favorite levels for this ROM hack, which I never thought I'd say about this level. Turns out, all it needs was a shotgun to make this one really fun. We just have a few more stars to collect around the castle in the secret levels, none of which really utilize the shotgun, but we do get an achievement for finding all 4 of them. And then we get another one for talking to all the toads in the castle that give us stars. And that just leaves one more star to get in the level leading up to the final Bowser fight for collecting all the red coins. I always thought the last star was the one that you get for defeating Bowser, but that actually doesn't count as a star. I wonder how many people thought they 100%ed this game only to never realize that. So once we grab the true final star, we get the achievement for finding all 120 of them, and another one for getting all the stars from the 3 Bowser stages. And now we have just one final fight with Bowser before we finish the game. And I was so shocked to see there's no special achievement for this fight, so I decided to make one up on my own. The goal is to defeat Bowser without ever letting him get back on his feet after the first shot. So we just keep shooting him and juggling him after each hit. And this was a really fun way to do this fight, and I'd also like to propose this be an achievement if this set ever gets updated. Once we hit him 3 times and defeat him, we have an achievement for splitting the star in half before collecting it, and once we grab it, we get that, plus an achievement for defeating the final Bowser fight. And now we've officially 100% completed the game. All that's left now is to get one final achievement for airstriking the Yoshi on top of the castle. Oh, he explodes into a million 1-ups! Oh, that's so funny! And with that, we have officially mastered Shotgun Mario 64, making this my 21st mastery on retro achievements. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It was an absolute blast to play this, no pun intended. It's a bit of a different one than usual since I've never done a ROM hack video before, so obviously there's no nostalgia factor here. But I think stuff like this is a great way to enjoy retro games. I mean, I probably played Mario 64 a million times, and I'm sure many of you have as well, so stuff like this is a great way to breathe some life into older games. So I hope that I can do more videos like this. For anybody interested in trying this hack out for yourself, you can find the patch file on Retro Achievements, and then all you have to do is use your legally obtained Mario 64 ROM, download that patch file, and then go on Google and look for a ROM patcher that can combine the files and spit out the ROM hack. You don't have to be super tech savvy to get into ROM hacks like this, and it's a really fun way to re-experience games in new ways. As for my thoughts on the achievement set, this was a very well made set. None of the achievements were too difficult. The red coin and the vanish cap stage was definitely the hardest one, but it's still doable with some practice. And all the challenges do utilize the shotgun, so you don't have to have Kaizo level Mario 64 skills in order to master this one. If you want to watch the entire unedited gameplay, I streamed it all on Twitch and we'll have the VODs up on the VOD channel in a few days after this video goes live. So feel free to check that out if you want to see the entire 9 hours of gameplay. And of course, if you want to hang out with us while we do some live achievement hunting, then feel free to follow me over on Twitch, where I try to stream once or twice a week. And you can also follow me on Retro Achievements as well if you want sneak peeks as to what game I'm currently playing for future videos. And once again, for anybody new to the channel, I upload a video just like this every single week, so be sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss them. That's gonna do it for today's video, gamers. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, as always, likes and comments are very much appreciated. Those engagements really do help the channel grow and reach new people. If you don't know what to comment, tell me your favorite level in Mario 64. If you want to catch up on all my previous videos, I have them all organized in a playlist, so if you want to binge watch them all, you'll find the links to that as well as everything else in the description. Once again, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.